Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to Practical English 1. Today we're going to begin Unit 2, and the title is, What Time Do You Get Up on Monday? So, in Unit 1, we talked about things we do at university. In Unit 2, we're going to talk about some things we do every day. So, let's think. What are some things that you do every day? Okay, very good, very interesting. In Unit 2, we're going to talk about how often we do those things, what time we do those things, and we're going to talk a little bit about our daily schedule. So, what do you usually do on the weekend? Oh, wow, it sounds like a lot of you have party time on the weekend. I usually go to the movies on Friday night. I always visit my grandmother on Sunday at 9 a.m. So, let's look at those two sentences. I usually go to the movies and I always visit my grandmother. What two words in those sentences tell us how often we do something? That's right. Usually and always. They talk about how often I go to the movies and how often I visit my grandmother. So, some words that we're going to learn for how often: never, hardly ever, rarely or seldom, sometimes, often, usually, almost always, and always. When we go down towards here and we talk about words like never, that means you never do it, 0%. As we move closer to 100%, that means you do it more often. So let's look at some examples. Me, I never smoke cigarettes. I hardly ever play computer games. You can also say I seldom or I rarely play computer games. I sometimes go out with my friends. I often go fishing. I usually go to a cafe. I almost always cook dinner. To cook a meal is the same as to prepare a meal. And I always go to sleep early. I like to go to sleep before 9 p.m. So remember, just like we did in Unit 1, we need to add S or ES for words when they begin with he, she, or it. So you can see here, I never smoke cigarettes. You usually go to the cafe. We almost always cook dinner. And they always go to sleep early. It changes when we have he, she, or it. For example, she never smokes cigarettes. All right, so look at this example here. She always go out with her friends. Or, she always goes out with her friends. The first one is wrong. We would say she always goes out with her friends. All right? Another way we can talk about how often, instead of saying I always take photos with my friends, I can also say I take photos with my friends every day. Some other words besides every day: once a week, twice a month, or 3 times a year. Remember, when we use these words, we have to put them after the verb phrase, not before it. Okay? So, let's move on to talking about when we do something. I wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Wake up is that time when you open your eyes. And I get up at 6 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry, I get up at 8 a.m. on the weekend. Get up is when you actually get out of bed. Okay? I wake up at 5 a.m. on Monday. Look at these words here. When I'm talking about time, I have to use the word at with that time. When I'm talking about days, I use on. For example, on Friday. When I'm talking about the weekend, I can use either on or at. In North American English, we say on the weekend, and in British English, we say at the weekend. So I usually go to the beach on the weekend. When we're talking about time of day, we say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night. I always study at the library in the evening. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about my daily schedule. After I get up, I take a shower. Then I get dressed. I can also say next I get dressed. I always wash my hands, wash my face, and wash my hair. But it doesn't take me very long to wash my hair. Then I brush my teeth. After that, I usually have a coffee. I never put on makeup. Then I make breakfast and go to school. And some other words that we're going to learn in Unit 2. Go on a date. Meet your boyfriend or girlfriend. If you meet your boyfriend or girlfriend on Friday night, you might eat out with them. Okay, to eat out means to go out to eat or to go to a restaurant. Surf the internet means to look on the internet, Naver or Dom, to find something on the internet. Okay, you might go downtown. Downtown is like Dongsong-ro. When I go downtown, I usually go window shopping. When I go window shopping, I don't buy anything. I just look for things in the window. I love to go to a cafe. And when I go to a cafe, I usually have coffee. I sometimes have hot chocolate. Hot chocolate is like a cafe mocha without coffee. And hot chocolate is what we say in English. We don't say hot choco. Okay? I sometimes like to have a party. When I have a party, I have the party at my house. And I sometimes go to a party. When you go to a party, you go to the party at someone else's house. I often hang out with my friends. To hang out just means to spend time with. I like to draw pictures, and I often read a book. All right? You guys did a great job. You're now ready to take your vocabulary quiz and your grammar quiz for Unit 2. And I'll see you guys all again in Unit 3.